Hey there, and welcome to Recap Mania. In today's episode, I'm going to explain the 2017 horror thriller movie 12 Feet Deep. Spoilers ahead, by the way. When the pool closes, two sisters are trapped underneath the pool's cover. How will they ever get out? The movie begins with a young woman named Bree who's enjoying a dip in the pool at the Katia Aquatic Center. As she takes a break, McGrady, the pool's manager, hangs up signs which say that the pool will be closed for the holiday season. Meanwhile, Bree checks her blood levels with a device while Jonna, her younger sister, sits pensively in her car. As Bree takes off her engagement ring, Jonna decides to leave her phone in the glove compartment before heading into the center too. Jonna's happy to hang out with her sister since it's been a while considering Jonna was in rehab for the past 3 months. The pair cheerfully enjoy the pool as they race one another. Meanwhile, Clara, the center's janitor, is caught stealing from the lost and found section by McGrady. Disappointed with Clara, who's also an ex-convict and a parolee, he fires her on the spot and tells her to finish her shift before she leaves. Back at the pool, Jonna brushes past some bratty kids who notice Bree's burns on her arms. During the race, McGrady announces that it's closing time. Reluctantly, the girls get out of the pool. However, before they leave, Bree tries to show Jonna her engagement ring, only to discover that it's missing. Somehow, Jonna notices the ring is stuck in a grate at the bottom of the pool. The pair dive in to retrieve the ring, but as they do so, McGrady locks up and closes the pool with its cover. He is unaware that the girls are still underwater, as they were unable to retrieve the ring. Scared, the girls call for help, but it's no use. Everybody's gone, and nobody will be back because of the holiday weekend. Bree is forced to find solutions to their problems with a frantic Jonna. They try to push open the cover, but it's useless because it's made of fiberglass. They decide to search for a weak spot on the cover. Eventually, they find a small hole. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to help much, which makes Jonna panic even more. They search for something to use to make the hole wider. Bree finds some tiles and tries to widen the hole with a broken piece, but it's no use. As she tries to work the hole, Bree tells Jonna that her fiancé David will get worried, so he'll probably come for them. Jonna dismisses her, which prompts Bree to state that it isn't her fault. This makes Jonna reveal that she's upset because Bree left home, so she wasn't there when Jonna got out of rehab. What's Bree supposed to do? She has her own life. At some point, she has to take care of herself. Jonna takes this the wrong way and reveals that she's jealous of Bree and David. This makes Bree realize that Jonna was the one that threw the ring into the water. Despicable. Enraged, Bree goes back to the crate and is successful in retrieving her ring. When she returns to Jonna, she suggests that they try and pry the crate off the floor so that they can shatter the cover. As Jonna disagrees, they hear Bree's phone ringing by the bleachers. David is trying to get to her. This makes Bree attempt to get the crate, but she just isn't strong enough. She returns to her sister, who annoys her some more by feeling sorry for herself. Maybe this meetup was a bad idea. Sometime later, the lights go out as David keeps calling. Jonna reveals that she doesn't like David. Annoyed by Jonna's constant whining, Bree declares she's had enough. This is when she notices how unwell and pale Bree looks. Bree reveals that she's been diabetic for 3 years now, and she needs her shot soon, or else she could fall into a coma. The stakes just went up. In the next scene, it's revealed that Clara is finishing her shift. Meanwhile, Jonna asks Bree about her burns before they talk about their abusive father dying by setting the house on fire while he was in an alcoholic stupor. Good riddance if you ask Bree. Moments later, Clara walks by the pool and finds Bree's purse on the bleachers. As the ex-con steals Bree's things, she's shocked to find the girls in the pool. Upon realizing that the cameras in the arena are on, she switches them off before extorting the girls for what they're worth. She demands Bree's password to her phone and the PIN code to her ATM card. Such a sicko. She taunts them by playing David's voicemail before putting the heat off. Believing she doesn't have a choice, Bree succumbs to her request for the PIN. However, after getting the pin, she leaves without releasing the girls. Sometime later, Jonna notices that Bree is freezing and slipping into her coma. She tries to remove the crate from the pool floor. Unfortunately, she isn't strong enough either. She returns to her sister, who is losing hope. Following this, Jonna tries to break through the cover with the tile. It is at this point that Jonna reveals that she's still troubled by their abusive father. As the girls come to terms with the ordeal that their father is truly over, they are startled by Clara, who has returned. Apparently, she didn't get enough money from Bree's account. Jonna reveals that Bree may slip into a coma because she's diabetic, but Clara shows no sympathy. She insists that she nor the world owes the girls any favors, before telling them she might just leave them there to die. What a psycho. Angered by this, Jonna develops a plan. She sharpens the tile. Before luring Clara to the hole, she then stabs the psychopath in her ears. Enraged, Clara activates the chlorine pump, which almost kills Bree before she turns it off. Now that she has the girls where she wants them, she demands Bree's engagement ring. This woman is truly a monster. Again, Bree gives her what she wants, much to her and Jonna's despair. What a monster. Following this, Clara leaves for a pawn shop. During this time, Bree is elated because the police seem to be nearby. Moments later, David saves her. However, they notice that Jonna is missing. They can't leave her. To her dismay, Bree wakes up and realizes it was just a dream. When Bree comes to, she finds Jonna, who's holding the sharp tile to her throat. She feels like there's nothing out there for her. If she dies, nobody will care. Bree tells her that's not true. She loves her and cannot imagine her life without her. This brings Jonna around as their love for one another is affirmed. Elsewhere, Clara messes around with Bree's ring before listening to David's voicemails on Bree's phone. Meanwhile, Jonna keeps Bree warm while they wait for Clara's return. To their relief, she tells them she isn't such a monster. The girls agree. They promise to make the most of life before apologizing to her. In response, she tells them that they must make the most out of life. You could lose everything before you know it. Following this, she tries to release them, but it turns out she doesn't know the code to uncover the pool. McGrady gave her the code a month ago, but it doesn't seem to be working. She returns to the girls and tells them there's nothing she can do before she leaves them to their fate. So all the blackmail turned out to be for nothing. Following this, Bree begins to slip into the feared coma. Before passing out, she confesses that she knew that her father had been molesting her. She also confesses that she killed their father in the fire by holding him down until the fire consumed him. That's why she has the burns on her arms. Desperate to save her sister, Jonna does everything she can to grab one of those crates from the bottom of the pool. It's only after she uses a cloth to pull the crater that she's successful. Eager to save her sister, she gives her the kiss of death before smashing through the pool's cover with the grate. She did it. Following this, she pulls Bree out of the pool before reviving her once more with her insulin shot. However, they can't celebrate for long before Carla returns with a gun. This is insane. What does the woman have against these girls? However, despite not wanting to get arrested for not helping the girls, she returns Bree's ring before Jonna tells her to run away. In the final scenes, Bree comes to after receiving some medical attention from the paramedics. Looking at Jonna's injuries following her breaking through the fiberglass, Bree declares they're now even. However, this isn't so. Jonna gives Bree back her ring before declaring that now they're even. Now she's killed the monster too. So with that, this movie recap episode has come to an end here. Let us know if you're intrigued to watch the movie after seeing our recap in the comments below. Please be sure to hit that subscribe and that bell icon for more recaps. Till then, bye!